Hello YouTube, this is a request video on why water in spirits when you are just simply relaxing and imbibing. What I have here is a Glencairn glass, which is a large part of the deal of the water, believe it or not. Got ourselves here some Dewar's White Label. It's a hot day. What the heck. And some, of course, spring water. Now, the way it's been recommended to me, and that I've learned this, and it seems to be working for me quite well, is that you get yourself a Glencairn style glass, which means it's got a bit of a pot belly here, and a way to hold the glass without actually touching the glass. The reasons for this is that if you hold the glass, there's a chance that your body heat transfer to the glass, which will cause the spirit inside to warm up, and that will change its flavor, literally as you're holding the glass. The reason for the pot belly is due to surface tension and the amount of surface of the spirit touching the air. And you want it at the widest point, and then as it evaporates, it will then funnel up, and then you get a good sniff at it. It's all kind of condensed and waiting for you. So a Glencairn glass is a good glass to have a sip out of. The water. This is a part that I get a lot of people wondering about. Some nicely. There was one of you guys out there who said, "Am I missing something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you are, but don't worry about it. Most people miss this sort of thing. Just enjoy your drink." And then I get others who, well, your verbiage is hurtful. How's that? To say the least. And the reason for the water in the Glencairn glass, or in any glass really, was explained best to me by saying if you stick your head out of your home or someplace after it has rained, you can smell all these different odors. Now, I come from a hunting background, whereupon we use dogs and other sorts of things to help get game. And after it rained, the dogs loved it, because all the odors seemed to just come up out of everywhere. And they just had a smell fest. Loved every bit of it. Now, if it hasn't rained in a while, and you stick your head out, you notice the air is different, carries less scents. It's the water that helps break things down, throws things up into the air, holds it there for you, that sort of thing. And since 75% of what you smell, or I'm sorry, what you taste is what you smell, then this is a huge factor. So what you do is you add just a hint of spring water. This actually may be way too much, more to think about it. Pour some out here. There we go. Just about that much, if not less. Some say as far as 3 drops off of your finger. There are actually devices out there, outlandishly expensive, nice little wooden cases they come in, but they look like glass straws. And what you end up doing is you use that to measure the amount of spring water you want in your glass. Tap water, be warned, all the chemicals in the tap water to help make it safe for you to drink may also alter the flavor of the spirit that you're drinking. So you take it, you put it in your water, put it about a little past halfway mark, but close enough. Let the two mingle for a little bit. Give it a bit of a swirl. Help combine the bit of water in with your spirits. And then and give it a sniff. And right off the bat, with the Scotch here, this white label, you smell the lemon, you smell the orange, and all the things that it has to bestow upon your glass. Now, some of you out there are going, well, I don't want to water down my whiskey. Grr, I'm a tough guy. Grr, sort of thing. Here's the rub on that. If you really believe that little 3 drops or just a smidge of water is going to water down your bourbon, yeah, you need a little bit more than just that to water down your bourbon. A full ice cube would do something like that in such a small container. That would water it down. And frankly, it's the temperature of the ice more so than the water is what you're got to be concerned about. The main thing about watering down your bourbon is that your bourbon is watered down already. Most manufacturers, distillers, cannot sell straight out of the casks. Oh, they like to make it look like it's coming out of the cask, but it's not. If you want that, you have to track down the labels that say cask strength. Now, mind you, there are some states in which it is illegal to sell cask strength because the high alcohol levels. There are some countries in which it is illegal to sell it that way. So when you get your bottle of Jim Beam or your bottle of Dewar's or whatever it is that you are going for, guaranteed it has been watered down unless it says cask strength. So don't worry about watered down bourbons or rums or anything else. When you give it a little bit of water to help open it up, brings the nose involved, helps breaks down the consistency of the fluid itself so your taste buds can get more of a handhold of what's in your glass, making it more enjoyable. And that, my dear friends, is why the water. Any more questions down below would be grateful. I know I've responded to some of you guys about this. If I seem a little dickish, I apologize. But by the umpteenth time somebody going, you add water, and you just want to go through this whole explanation of the water, tempers start to go a little bit. So I apologize to anyone who I've accidentally sounded a little mouthy towards. I really do apologize. But add a little bit of water to it. You may find it makes a difference. You may find it may not. Each to their own. But hey, it's an experiment and a reason to have a glass of bourbon or rum or any other of the favored distills out there. Until next time, guys, keep on drinking.